Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I have some very exciting things to do, aka my unboxing video plus major book haul. This month has been super incredibly busy. I have had my regular subscription boxes, I've had books from publishers sent to me, Black Friday sales, and obviously there were just a few purchases where I simply just wanted to have those books. So without further ado, let's get started. So let's get started with the first unboxing. I got this box yesterday, and I'm super excited to see what's in it. For the first time ever, I actually waited to make sure I could unbox it in front of you guys. So anyways, yeah, let's get started. For this month, my pick for this box was women's literature, women's fiction, as well as my usual young adult. So yeah, let's see which books I got this month. Alright, so this box, I'm opening it, and as usual I will take out this little pamphlet first. I'm not going to really look into it because I still want this to be kind of a surprise for myself. Anyways, so first thing I see is this thing called like chocolate, so I'm assuming this is the bookish item and not the actual book. I'm doing this in reverse, but it shows up first, it's on top. So, ooh, it's a fudge. So it's from a Dude Sweet Chocolate, which is quite interesting. And it is called When Pigs Fly Fudge. And it is a Whistle Pig straight rye whiskey and barrel-aged maple syrup. So yeah, I'm really curious to see what this looks like. Hold on a second. Let's just open this and see. And even though it's kind of late at night, well, oh, this is intense. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to try this right now. These are like actually bake balls. Yeah, I'm going to try this at work tomorrow and see if it's good or not. I gotta share it with my colleagues. But yeah, I'm really interested. This one is from Texas, so hopefully this tastes good. I'm not usually a huge fan of fudge, but I love chocolate, so I guess we'll find out, or I'll find out. Anyway, moving along. Alright, with the rest of this book, let's see what else we have. So, alright, this is the first book that just popped out. It is called The Library at the Edge of the World. I'm assuming this is my woman's fiction. I could be wrong though, but anyways, according to this little blurb, it says,
"What do you do when your world has fallen apart? You pack up everything and move back in with your mother. Running the library in her small hometown, she keeps to herself and has strict rules about what is and isn't allowed in the library. That is, until her livelihood and those on the peninsula are in danger. She has to rally the small town folks and show just what a library can do." The Library at the Edge of the World reminded us of some of our favorite book-themed books. The readers of Broken Wheel recommend, and the bookshop on the corner. Hopefully you will love the story of Hannah and the people of Lisbeg as much as we did.
so this is the bookmark. And of course, they always come with this little blurb from the author herself. Oh, by the way, the author is Felicity Hayes McCoy. So this little letter says,
"Dear reader, when I first thought of Hannah Casey, I wanted to set her story in two of my favorite places. So I imagine her living, as I do, on the beautiful, vast coast of Ireland." Okay, so this author's from Ireland. "And working in a local library, which has always been my own dream job. One strand of my story is about Hannah's struggle to regain lost independence, while another explored the importance of community. Yet another is about the vital importance of books. So I'm more than delighted that you're about to sit down and read this one. Please enjoy it."
alright, so I'm guessing this is women's fiction. I guess I'm gonna check from here. Women's fiction. Yep, this is women's fiction. Alright, so this book actually sounds really interesting. The cover looks really cute, and I do like the Ireland coast in this background here, so really excited about this book. Moving on to the next book, the young adult one. So this is the book. You guys get to see the cover first because I haven't looked at it yet. It is called Alone by Sin. Oh my gosh, I know this author, but I'm always bad at pronouncing her last name. Blog. Balog. Anyways, I actually know this author, so I'm pretty excited with this book because I have read her previous novels and those are all quite interesting and I've liked them in the past. So, oh no, I just gave myself a paper cut. Anyways, according to this little bookmark,
Alone is a tense and creeping thriller with hints of Stephen King's The Shining. Oh geez, this is one of our must-reads. Sita and her family inherit an abandoned hotel and become trapped by the onset of winter in their attempts to renovate the sprawling complex. As the isolation starts to set in, they discover that they may not be as alone as they thought. Great.
Another like horror book. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm really bad with horror. But anyways, according to this little letter.
Hey there, fellow reader. I've loved horror movies since I was a kid, so Alone is a product of that. My little love letter to all those cheesy horror movie cliches with a twist. Hope you have as much fun reading it as I did writing it, and whatever you do, don't fall asleep. Kidding. Love and Guts, Sing.
So, I'm really excited about this book actually, even though it's horror, but her books in the past has not failed me yet, so hopefully this one would do its justice. But anyways, that is it for my book box for this month. If I had received other books, for example, if I had picked mystery, I would have gotten Written in Blood by Leighton Green. And if I had picked nonfiction, I would have gotten Lady Killers by Tori Telfer. Anyways, that's it for my book box. Let's move on with the rest of my book haul for this past month. So I also got my book of the month book recently. Actually, I already opened this because you pick your own book, so it's not a surprise. But anyways, I actually splurged a little bit this month, and because of last month, I think October's promo where you can get a free book if you rejoin, which is what I did. In addition to purchasing an extra book, I ended up getting 3 books this month. So the promo from book of the month was you can either get the Stephen King's book, which I will put a picture right there, or you can get this book, which is what I ended up picking. I was actually really debating between the two because they both sounded super interesting, but I don't know, I'm more of a YA person, so I ended up picking John Green, and plus I read his books in the past and I liked it more so than I've liked Stephen King's book in the past, because as stated before, I'm not a huge horror person, but I do appreciate a good one. So I ended up getting this one, Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. According to this little flap here, it says
16-year-old Asa never intended to pursue the mystery of fugitive billionaire Russell Pickett, but there's a $100,000 reward at stake, and her best and most fearless friend Daisy is eager to investigate. So together they navigate the short distance and broad divides that separate them from Russell Pickett's son Davis. Asa is trying. She's trying to be a good daughter, a good friend, a good student, and maybe even a good detective, while also living within the ever-tightening spiral of her own thoughts.
But yeah, this book looks super interesting, and actually I didn't really know what this book was about. I just looked at it, saw that it was John Green, and was like, alright, this is it. So actually reading that flap was a surprise for me because I didn't know what this book was about. But I mean, now that I read it, I'm even more interested in reading it, so I'm glad this one did not fail me. So the other 2 books that I got for November in their selections were these 2 books. I got Artemis by Andy Weir and Bonfire by Kristen Ritter. So I'm super excited about both of these. I also like the other book. I didn't really know what they were about. I just knew I wanted to read them. And yeah, so according to this flat for Bonfire, it says,
it has been 10 years since Abby Williams left home and scrubbed away all visible evidence of her small-town roots. Now working as an environmental lawyer in Chicago, she has a thriving career, a modern apartment, and her pick of meaningless one-night stands. But when a new case takes her back home to Barron, Indiana, the life Abby painstakingly created begins to crack. Tasked with investigating Optimal Plastics, the town's most high-profile company and economic heart, Abby begins to find strange connections to Barron's biggest scandal from more than a decade ago, involving the popular Casey Mitchell and her closest friends, just before Casey disappeared for good. Abby knows the key to solving any case lies in the weak spots, the unanswered questions. But as she desperately tries to find out what really happened to Casey, troubling memories begin to resurface, and she begins to doubt her own observations. And when she unearths an even more disturbing secret, a ritual called Le Game, it will threaten reputations and lives in the community and risk exposing a darkness that may consume her. With tantalizing twists, slow-burning suspense, and a remote rural town of just 5 claustrophobic square miles, Bonfire is a dark exploration of what happens when your past and present collide.
So yeah, like I said, there is a reason why this book is super popular. The synopsis sounds amazing. So I'm really, really excited about this one. As for Artemis, the main reason why I picked this book, even though I have no idea what this book is actually about, is because I like The Martian and I trust Andy Weir to provide another fabulous book. So according to The Flap,
Jasmine Bashara never signed up to be a hero. She just wanted to get rich, like most of us. Not crazy, eccentric billionaire rich, like many of the visitors to her hometown of Artemis, humanity's first and only lunar colony. Just rich enough to move out of her coffin-sized apartment and eat something better than flavored algae. Rich enough to pay off a debt she's owed for a long time. So when a chance at a huge score finally comes her way, Jazz can't say no. Sure, it requires her to graduate from small-time smuggler to full-on criminal mastermind, and it calls for a particular combination of cunning, technical skills, and large explosions, not to mention sheer brazen swagger. But Jazz has never run into a challenge her intellect can't handle, and she figures she got this swagger part down. The trouble is, engineering the perfect crime is just the start of Jazz's problem, because her little heist is about to land herself in the middle of a conspiracy for control of Artemis herself. Trapped between competing forces, pursued by a killer, and a law like even Jazz has to admit she's in way over her head. She'll have to hatch a truly spectacular scheme to have a chance at saving a life and saving her city. Jazz is no hero, but she is a very good criminal. That'll have to do. Propelled by its heroine, wisecracking voice, set in a city that's at once suddenly imagined and intimately familiar, and brimming over with clever problem-solving and heisty fun, Artemis is another irresistible brew of science, suspense, and humor from #1 best-selling author Andy Weir.
so I am so glad that none of these three synopses failed me at all, because this one sounds really, really good and pretty much, I would dare say, almost better than The Martian, but I'll have to read this book to find out. So I would definitely be reviewing all three of these books plus my book box books, so check for that in the future. Now moving on to some of the other books that I received this time out, let's start with the ones I got from the publishers. So for these next few books, I got them from the publishers. There's one that I got from the author herself from a giveaway, so I'll include this in there as well, because the rest of this video I'll be putting the books that I purchased. From publishers and from authors themselves, I received a total of 4 books. The first one was from a giveaway from the author. It is called Ventures by Betsy Cornwell. I'm not going to say too much about this book, but it is a fantasy book, and apparently according to the back, it's perfect for fans of the Lunar Chronicles and the Red Queen series. So I'm really excited about this one. It talks about a prince with happily ever afters, and it seems to have mechanical armies and dark magic. So really excited about this one. So the next book I got is The Coincidence Makers by, Yov Blum. I'm really bad with names. Anyways, but yeah, so this book seems really interesting. This book is all about destiny and fate. So it's basically part thriller, part mystery, and part love story. And according to this short blurb in the back here, it says,
what if the drink you just spilled, the train you just missed, or the lottery ticket you just found was not a random occurrence? What if it's all a part of a bigger plan? People determine our destiny, controlling the fate of the world. There are no coincidences, only the coincidence makers.
So really excited about this one. The next book I received is Fade to Us by Julia Day. It seems to be about, I see musical theater program in here. I see new stepfather, new stepsister, and also the fact that Natalie, the stepsister, has Asperger's. So I'm really interested to see how this book will play out. And finally, the last book that I received from the publisher, which I'm super excited for. This is by far my favorite book, The Book of Dust by Philip Pullman. I am super excited. Actually, I was telling my friend who doesn't read books ever that I received this, and I think this is like the one, his previous trilogy, Golden Compass trilogy, is like the one series that he has ever read that he actually enjoyed as fiction, because he tends to read nonfiction and finance books. So when I told him I got this, he was actually super excited. It seems to return to the world of Lyra and his Dark Materials trilogy. So yeah, I'm not going to say too much of this book just because I feel like everyone already knows what this book is about. For those who don't know, you should probably go read the Dark Materials trilogy ASAP. Alright, so the last batch of books that I received were books that I purchased from Barnes & Noble. They had a huge sale going on for Black Friday. They had a previous sale going on, so I just kept buying books, and I kept getting like 20% off, 25% off coupons from them. So I figured, why not splurge a little bit? And I actually have some more books from Book Depository that I purchased, but they haven't arrived yet, and I don't think they'll be arriving for another week or 2 weeks. They're a little bit slow because they're being shipped from the UK. So anyways, this pile of books is what I received, or what I purchased from Barnes & Noble. So I'm going to go through these a little bit fast because it's getting really late, and honestly, there's like 10 books in there, and I'm not going to read every flap for you guys. And plus, most of these are books that you guys mostly have heard about, and I'll do a really, really short blurbish for each of these, but I'm going to go through these relatively quickly. So the first book that I purchased is One of Us is Lying by Karen McManus, and this book has been on my radar for quite some time now. I've seen so many good things about this book, and I am really, really curious to see if it's good or not. But basically, it's about
people having secrets. One of us is lying, clearly, and it seems to have 5 main characters: Bronwyn, Addie, Nate, Cooper, and Simon.
So, really excited for this one. Just curious to see what this book is about, if it's worth the hype, because this book is definitely hyped up, I think. Then the next 3 books I purchased were from the trilogy. It goes along with the Six of Crows trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. So someone had recommended her previous trilogy for me, so I decided to actually just purchase them all. So they're all here, all pretty and shiny. I got the paperback version. So I have the Siege and Storm, Shadow and Bone, and Ruin and Rising, not in any particular order. But yeah, I'm really excited to get delved back into this universe here, the Grishaverse, just because I read Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, and I absolutely adore those 2 books. So I'm really hoping that the previous trilogy is really worth the hype. The next book I purchased is The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. Actually, when I first saw this, for some reason I kept thinking of that TV series, The Magician. I don't know why I kept thinking, I don't know if they're related, but I really kept thinking about this. Basically, the first 3 sentences: stop the magician, steal the book, save the future. I think that's a pretty good blurb about what this book is going on, but I've also heard really good things about this book, and I absolutely love this cover. Really excited about this one. Honestly, my favorite genres really is anything sci-fi and anything fantasy related. So when it's one of those 2 or a mix of those 2 or anything like that, I am super, super excited. So the next book I got is actually by the author of Big Little Lies, and I believe this is also the finalist or the winner of one of the Goodreads Choice Awards from last year. So I decided to purchase Truly Madly Guilty by LeAnn Moriarty, and I'm really excited about this book. I tend to have this bad thing that I do where I don't know what the book is about, but I've heard so much about it and it seems promising even though I don't know what the synopsis is about, and I end up purchasing it. And usually, I mean, if you can tell from this entire video so far, it seems to have proven correctly. The synopsis all sounds super interesting, and I'm really excited for all of them. So this is the same. According to the back, it says that
there are 6 responsible adults, 3 cute kids, 1 small dog. It's just a normal weekend. What can possibly go wrong?
So already I'm kind of thinking, all right, this is some sort of murder, or maybe not murder, but like a mystery type of book. So yeah, I'm really excited for this one. Apparently, oh yeah, so it's the winner of the Goodreads Choice Awards for Best Fiction. So with an award-winning book, can't really go too wrong with it, right? The next book I received, or I purchased, is Nicholas Sparks' 2x2. This is his most recent book, and I mean, I don't really, you can't go wrong with Nicholas Sparks, like come on. So basically it's about
a 32-year-old man called Russell Green with a stunning wife and a lovable 6-year-old kid, a daughter, and a successful career as an advertising executive. So everything goes well until one day everything turns upside down, and he is now struggling to adapt to a new reality.
So I don't know, this book sounds really promising, so I'm really excited for this book. Alright, we're almost done. Second to last book. This one is actually by a favorite author of mine. This is my absolute favorite contemporary women's writer, author. Her name is Kristen Hanna, and this is The Nightingale. This came out, I believe, a while ago, like maybe a year or 2 ago. Let's check. Yeah, it came out 2 years ago, and honestly, I don't know why I haven't read it yet. I keep seeing it everywhere. It's a #1 New York Times bestseller, and she's my absolute favorite author, so I'm not sure why I haven't purchased it previously, but I'm really, really excited for this book. It's supposed to be the best historical novel of the year, I guess back in 2015. Apparently it's also, wow, look at all these accolades in the back. BuzzFeed Best of the Year, Wall Street Journal Best of the Year, etc., etc. Okay, so apparently it's set in World War II, and it illuminates an intimate part of history seldom seen, the Women's War. Okay, so Kristen Hanna tends to write a lot about women and their struggles, which is why I think I relate to them so well, just because, I mean, I'm clearly female, and these are all struggles that I feel like I will either face in the future or I'm currently facing right now. So they all seem super, super incredibly relatable and incredibly realistic for me, and also really helpful. So I'm really excited for this book. When I got this book and I showed it to my manager, she was really excited. She's like, oh my god, I love this book, my favorite book of all time. So I'm really excited for this one. Finally, the last book I have to show you guys is actually the first book that I purchased in this whole batch, and it is All the Crooked Saints by Swaggy Steve Water. And honestly, I've heard really good things and not so great things about this book, so I'm honestly on the fence about it. But I've liked her previous books in the past, so I'm really hoping that this book will not fail me. And when I read the synopsis, it seems really promising. Just a short blurb here.
Here's a thing everyone wants, a miracle, and here's the thing everyone fears, what it takes to get one. And essentially, it's set in Colorado, and you find the Soria family, who apparently have the ability to perform unusual miracles. It seems to follow 3 characters who are all looking for a miracle, but the miracles are never quite what you expect.
So I'm really excited for this one. It seems to be something right up my alley once again, so hopefully this will be good. But I'm really excited about all these books. I mean, the picture you saw in the thumbnail is literally maybe a third of the books I received. So anyways, that is it for today. This was the biggest book haul I have ever received, mainly because I purchased so many books for myself. And yeah, I'm really excited for all of them, but it also means a shit ton of reading for me for this rest of God knows how long, because I have a lot of books to read. But anyways, that's it for today. I'm super excited for all of these books, and please let me know in the comments below if you have read any of these books, and if you liked it or not. Please don't give me any spoilers. I know some of these books came out a few years ago already, so I'm sure most people have read them already. But do let me know if you have any favorites in this pile, or if you have any books that you are highly anticipating on reading as well. And yeah, I mean, I have a ton of books right now, so I'm really excited for the next few months being able to share reviews with the rest of you guys. But that is all for today. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. Don't forget that I do have Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, so please follow me on there for all the latest updates on any videos coming out. But yeah, thank you guys. Bye.